My camera is so in love with you. Oh yeah, oh yeah, coming back to me now. I see how it is, you dishonest, unfaithful bastard.
So recently around the area there was this dude, right? And he is lost. And I thought, I mean, I doubt I could be any help to the family, to be quite honest, but I thought I would give it a shot and try to remote view his location. Well, I haven't gotten anywhere, okay? But one thing that has happened since I put the thought in my mind and started trying to actively be, to practice again, was I started having old nightmares and stuff like when I was a kid. And there's this trailer that used to exist on my bus route as a kid. Like, here's the trailer, okay? There's this big dirt driveway that cuts across the yard. There's this humongous water oak here, and here's the road. It was one of those two-lane backwoods, 45 mph, and lots of tall grass, lots of tall grass. And I dreamt about it a lot as a kid. I don't know why, but right here's the living room, and over here's the kitchen. I don't know what's back there, probably the bathroom and the hall, the way these little trailers were laid out. My car was parked here, and I'm in here playing video games with my husband, and I mean, you know, my husband got a knife. He gave this kid we were playing with a big long sword, and he gave me a freaking block of cheese. I was so mad that I didn't merit anything but a freaking block of cheese. So, you know, I went outside. You know, I was like, roar! You know, and I'm out there, and standing on the road is this dude that I have already drawn from my failed attempt to record. And he looked, at first I thought he was a gorilla standing on the road. And as I focused on him, I realized, oh my God, I don't know what it is, but he's made of orange rocks. Like he's cut, you know, modeled like orange clay rocks. And I was like, is that a rock troll? And I got frightened. And it didn't occur to me like run back to the trailer, I guess because I was too far from the trailer and too close to him. So I hop into the woods. Whee! Okay. There I am hopping into the woods. Whee! And I mean into the bushes, I mean to hide in the bushes, hoping that he will not see me and he will pass by. The thing is, he started to walk. Okay, walk, 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 walk. I thought, oh, is he going to pass by? He didn't. He knew right where I was. And he peered through the grass. He bent down and he had these slanted, tiny, dark eyes that were kind of like my dog's, you know. And the grass is around him. And he started to manipulate my dreamscape. And where he was looking, the grass literally faded like it became transparent, and I was terrified. He knew where I was, and he's peering down to look at me, and he's looking at me, and he's studying me, and I'm thinking, oh God, he's going to eat me. So I stand up, and I'm trying to scream. Now, this is his face. Now, one thing about his face, he had these little eyes, you know, and his lips were really unusual. They were like these two, I don't know, I guess they could have been clay slabs put on his face. He had the occipital bun, you know, that primates have. And, you know, I don't know. I woke up about that point because I was so scared. And I'd never encountered something like that before. Pretty scary. Pretty scary. This thing was manipulating my dreamscape. Maybe I dreamt him. Maybe he really was there. As many of us know, things actually can't enter your dreams. And that was wow. It was also, you know, considering it was a place I hadn't dreamt about in like 20 years too, you know, there's something. So once the fear is over, okay, and I'm over it, I realize, ha ha ha, how embarrassing. I'm someone who beat the nightmare escape. I could have done anything. I could have surrounded him in gossamer spiderwebs. I could have changed the scene. I could have manipulated. I could have made him friendly. I could have done whatever I wanted. And I'm so out of practice. You know, I am so out of practice. Sheesh. Egg on my face. So I'm thinking I'm going to start doing exercises to try to basically get my muscles back. And I haven't quite decided how I'm going to start yet, but I will let you know how it goes. Sheesh.
Here's another 4 in the morning thought for you. They've been passing laws to make it illegal to feed the homeless. Yeah, in more than one state, not just Florida. And I read an article where it's actually happening over in the UK as well. people are getting arrested for feeding the homeless. And my thought was, what if you didn't feed the homeless so much as accidentally left your groceries where they could be find it? Would that be considered feeding the homeless?
I was listening to another paranormal YouTuber the other day, and had something happen to me that genuinely has never happened before. I was racially insulted. Now, I mean, I grew up in the 70s and the early 80s when it was still, a bad thing to be Native American. It didn't become vogue to be Native American until after I was grown. And I have been picked on, pushed around, had rocks thrown at me, locked in a bathroom, and then blamed by the teachers for it. Uh, I've been through a lot of racial slander and hatred, and never had the feeling that came over me the other day when this YouTuber said that Native Americans, see if I can say it how they put it, are a race of people that see everything as spiritual. And the way they phrased it, because they were talking about the psychotronic weapons and how there are a lot of Native Americans out there who are also being attacked that don't know what's going on. And the way they phrased their statement, it was basically saying that Native Americans are too stupid to recognize science when it knocks on their front door. I never have been racially insulted before. It took me all day to calm down. I didn't know how to react. I almost posted an angry YouTube video. In response, I contacted an acquaintance of theirs that I know and talked to them a little bit about it, trying to come to terms with this feeling that I was having that I didn't completely understand. I guess I just hate being called stupid that much. And finally, I can't remember if it was that night or the following night, as I was going to bed and everything was finally settling down and filtering. To my surprise, as I thought of this person and how caustic and angry they are lately and how hurt by the world they obviously are, I felt sorrow, maybe a little pity, I admit, as bad as that is, and I don't know, a loving forgiveness, something I never thought I was capable of. So I lay there in bed staring at the ceiling, just wishing that I could approach this person, wrap them in a hug, and say, I know that you agreed to come to this planet on a mission, and I'm sorry that doing missions in this sort of environment can be so very painful, and I'm sorry that you have been hurt. I did not even want to ask them to please be strong and try to hang in there to the end. I don't know. It was an overwhelming feeling. So, uh, selfishly, I'm going to reflect that I guess we can all surprise ourselves at times. But also, I'm going to say, I'm sorry that taking the mission here on this planet has hurt you, and I'm sorry that things are rough as go around, and I'm sorry that being mortal here has hurt you, and I'm sorry for the things that have happened to you. If I could undo it, I would, but I would have to ask you, if I undid it, would you still have learned the same lessons? Would you still be the same person? And would you be just as good? Um, I wish I could lessen your pain and bring you back to the balanced whole being that you are. And I, I will sit in the fishbowl and I don't know. I would say see what I can do, but I stare at people at the fishbowl. But yes, I'm sorry, and I hope that you heal. I hope that you heal well.